Oh, wow. Welcome to today's training. This is powerful. I welcome all of you. Thank you for joining us in today's class. Today's training is promising to be great. See, today I'm going to be discussing something that will help you in your journey as a realtor with Crystal Garden Estate or with any brand at all. Okay, I'm going to be discussing something that will help you to close more deals, to become successful in life generally. So one thing I want to ask you to do right now is to click the share button, invite your friends, your family, your neighbors, everyone that you need to be in this class. Please invite them, because after today, your life will never remain the same. So I'm going to be discussing on understanding wealth creation. Okay, understanding how wealth is created and sustained. It's one thing to create wealth, but how do you sustain it? And I'm going to be discussing it regarding what we do as realtors, okay? How do you because wealth creation is about positioning yourself to attract wealth. When you attract it, how do you sustain it? So it's going to be powerful. And somebody will be wondering, how does this thing relate to knowing how to sell? Don't worry about it. As we move along, you understand how you're going to be making serious sales with this knowledge. Because I am a strong believer that to be successful in any field of life, it begins with you. It begins with me, right? So once I am right, everything around me will be right. Once I have the right mindset, the right approach, everything else will align. But if I'm attacking anything with the wrong mindset or approach, I'll be struggling. I'll be struggling how to succeed. And then I'll be saying clients are not forthcoming. People say no to me. I'll be suffering rejection. But the moment I am positioned on the inside, everything on the outside will just start aligning, because light attracts light. So to create wealth, you just need to position to attract it. You don't need to go after it. It just comes after you. So wealth is not merely the accumulation of money, or assets. It's not really about accumulation. It's about the ability to generate resources when you need it. All right? It's the ability to generate resources and then sustain that resources for a long time and also be able to multiply it. That's what wealth is all about. So it's not about accumulation. We are not going to be talking about how to accumulate. Even when you understand this, that accumulation becomes possible, but that's just not the focal point right now. So there are three things I'm going to be looking at. First is the mindset that supports growth. And then number two is the strategy that leverages opportunities and risk. And number three is the foundation of education, because learning is what guarantees earning. So let's take it one after the other. The mindset of wealth. When you hear people or see people who are wealthy, don't look at their pocket or the weight of their bank account. Look at their mindset. How do they think? Because their thought pattern is what has made them to attract what they have right now. All right? So, as a realtor, if you want to succeed in this game, you have to have the right mindset. And that mindset is a wealth mindset. A belief system that money is easy to get. A belief system that wealth is easy to get. A belief system that everything is working out good for me. A belief system that nothing is against me. That, all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to His purpose. So, in other words, everything, creation and creatures work for my good. Everybody I meet today will favor me. Everybody I talk to today is going to align. Is going to favor me. So I carry this mindset that everybody, all creation and all creatures work for my good. So when I meet somebody and I'm interacting with that person, there is a mindset that this person is not going to go against me and is not going to say anything against me. Is going to align with what I want, with my purpose. So, and I'm discussing with this person with that consciousness. And consciousness is everything. Is everything. So it is your consciousness that gives you a perspective, and that perspective is your reality. So if you believe that life is easy and everybody is for your good, do you think that if you hold this thought for a long time until it becomes ingrained in your subconscious, I'm telling you, it starts working. It will just start working. Because nothing really is against you. So I have seen a lot of people that join our system in Crystal Garden Estate, and they say things like, I have not been able to sell. Maybe something is against me. I've been told, I've been prophesied to by my church pastors that my ancestors are against me, my enemy. Everybody just talking about enemy. And I'm like, there's no enemy anywhere. Somebody is going to apply for a job, and then the day he is called for interview, he's going in and he's afraid. And then he comes to say, and the enemy sowed fear in my heart. And I said, the Lord is with me, the Lord will. There's no any enemy that sowed any fear in your heart. It is you. It is you. It is the internal dialogue that has just given in to fear. Nothing else. So if you are able to create an internal environment where you thrive the way you want, where you create your own reality, your thoughts, I'm telling you, there is nothing like enemy. So the first thing I do is to tell someone that nothing is against you and no one is against you. If I'm able to get you to believe this, everything on the outside will start aligning. And I've seen it happen over and over. So you have to have the abundance mindset that first, there are people everywhere. There are clients everywhere. That there is abundance of everything you need everywhere. There is no scarcity anywhere. Scarcity is an illusion. It does not exist. So once you carry that mindset, then assessing people becomes easy because why? There are people everywhere. So in one meeting, I said to people, if you can tell me one thing that God created that is in scarce or in short supply, I'll give you 10 million. That was a bold claim because I know that there is nothing like that. There is nothing God created that is in a short supply. God created everything to be in abundance. So why do you think that money is scarce? Why do you think that people that you can talk to that will buy from you is scarce? Why do you think that? It's your mindset. Because nothing is scarce. People are not scarce. In this world alone, in fact, let's leave the world. Just Nigeria alone, we have over 200 million people. Do you know what that means? That's money. Okay, in your locality, just check the traffic. Every morning, every evening, just check the traffic. That traffic that you complain about, that's people, that's money. Money walking on the street, money causing traffic. And you're complaining that there is no people to buy from you. So people are everywhere. Now, I want you to just get this thing right. Convince yourself that I'm not lacking who to talk to. I'm not lacking who to talk to, and I'm not lacking clients. I have clients everywhere. Convince yourself. Once you do that, the next thing you need to convince yourself is that there is abundance. Now, this thing I just said is in line with there is abundance everywhere. Abundance of what? Abundance of money. Okay? Now, when you meet someone and you talk from this place of abundance, you're not going to be desperate. Desperation is what turns people off. So you call somebody or you meet somebody for the first time, you're we sell land. I have land, so and so. This is the first time you're meeting the person. You have never known the person before. You've never met this person before. You just met that person and you're introducing your product. That's a mistake. That's a sign of desperation. And once the rich see that, they just block off.
Yes, sir.
You just turn them off because they see somebody who is in lack, who has a scarcity mindset, trying to just meet up to solve his or her need. No, you don't do that. So I want you to, on the comment section, I want you to write, I have everything in abundance. I have everything I need in abundance. Help me write it on the comment section. I have everything I need in abundance. Okay? Now, that's the beginning point. I have money in abundance. I have people in abundance. I have friendship in abundance. I have relationship in abundance. I have everything I need in abundance. So now, do not be desperate. Do not attack yourselves with desperation. So when you meet someone, try to establish relationship. Try to make that person your friend. Try to just get acquainted with the person and don't talk about anything called sales, okay? Don't talk about anything called sales at first. Now, once you are able to get this person to know you, position yourself to get the person also to trust you. And you do that by the quality of your discussion, the quality of what you put out, maybe on your social media handles, the quality of what you put out. This is what is going to make you an authority and to be trusted. So now somebody says he's selling land, but when you go to the person's status, what do you see? You see all kinds of stuff that does not relate to what the person is doing. Okay, they post all kinds of pictures. Somebody doesn't even know you. So you should be able to post your own picture. Don't even post land or anything. Post your own, go to the studio, dress well, take a picture of yourself, use it as your profile picture. So that when somebody checks, because I'm telling you, people are checking. Anybody you interact with, he checks up on you. And then he goes to your profile and checks it. You just posted one kind thing somewhere, yeah, picture, or where you're eating in. So you don't need all of that. You need to be corporate. You need to be in a way that, because see, you don't have second chance to correct the first impression. And you have few seconds to give that impression. Few seconds to give the impression of you. So somebody goes, checks you up, and then he sees that thing. But if you have a good picture, there's an impression you have created already, especially if it is a picture that looks rich. You got to look rich, my friend. See, you can. I was sharing with somebody last night or something. I said, see, if you need something, you lack something and you need it, I want you to go to the environment where that thing is and feel it. Just feel it. If it is a car that you want, go to where they sell car and say, and price that car and feel that car. In fact, enter inside the car and feel it. So you are sending a message to your brain. And let me tell you, the brain doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know the difference between you owning it and you not owning it. What it just captures is that feeling. The brain just captures that feeling of ownership. You just feel it and feel it and feel it and mix it with that emotion. I'm telling you, you will attract it. Your brain everything will just begin to work with circumstances and situations that will make that thing a reality in your life. So you see, now I'm talking about you, about developing acquaintance with people. So first is your picture, and then number two is the content, the quality of what you put out that shows. So somebody is checking through your Facebook handles or your Instagram or whatever. What have you been posting? You see, so you talked about land today. Tomorrow you talk about, or yesterday you talked about car. The other day you talked about cushion or something. You are selling. You feel that you are hustling. You are just hustling. But you talk about this today. You talk about that tomorrow. You talk about that next tomorrow. So there is no coherence to what you are known for. Somebody is wondering, what is this person actually known for? See, if you are not consistent about a particular thing and you are known for that thing, people won't believe you. People won't trust you. So to build trust, listen, it may take time, but once it clicks, it has started. So when people come around and they say, I've not made sales, I want to make sales, say, calm down. Once it starts, it has started, but you need to position for it. You need to get a lot of things right. And once it starts, it has started. So ensure that you edit the things that you have been posting and begin to post what you want to be known for. And as you do that, be consistent with it. Now, you are building yourself. You're building your career. So this person that you have just met newly now, this person is going to check you out and see the quality of what you do. You have created an impression in his or her heart. The way he's going to be relating with you will be different. So next time now, your discussion will be different. So over time, you now ask the person, what do you do for a living? And the person introduces what he does. And then you introduce what you do for a living. Remember, you have just asked him or her first. You didn't go out to say, I sell land. No, you have inquired because you want friendship. You want a conversation. You want acquaintance. And you have asked that person what he or she does for a living. The person has introduced him or herself. Now you introduce yourself because you have created enabling environment to introduce what you do. So when you introduce what you do now, the person is going to show interest because of the impression that you have created. Do you understand that? So I don't know if this thing is blessing you, and if it does, please click the share button right now. Just share it. Let everybody jump in, especially because you see, this game is about people's business. You need people to hear what you're hearing. Your team, your downlines, your team members, they've got to hear this, right? So click the share button and share it. Click the like button as well, and then make your comment. How is this blessing you right now? What are you learning? Because the proof of listening is learning. A lot of people hear, but they don't listen. If you listen, you should learn. So what are you learning? All right. So number 2 in this regard, now remember we are talking about the mindset of wealth, which we said abundance. You just need to think abundance. All right. And then number 2, think of the ownership mentality. Ownership mentality. If you approach this as their business, their real estate, their land, I'm telling you, you won't make any sale. In your conversation, you should never make a mistake of referring to someone else. You should own it. It's your business, by the way. It's your business. This is where you're expecting to make money from. It's your business. So why should you be saying their business? Okay, I see people make this mistake all the time. They are discussing with somebody. And then the person asks them a question. They say, wait, let me call my Oga. Oh, that means you really do not know what you're doing. You don't know your product. Product knowledge should be the number one thing. Number one thing you should know. Understand before you see, and you are not obliged to sell everything you see on the flyer. Choose one or two. Be sure you understand it very well. So that, and any question you think anybody will ask you, ask it first before meeting the person. So that you're talking from the point of knowledge, from the point of knowing, okay? And then from the point that you own the business, you own the discussion, you own everything. So every question somebody asks you, endeavor to provide the answer. Don't look for somebody to call. Don't say, okay, I'm going to get back to you. No. Right there, provide the answer. This is how people lose clients or lose their prospects. See? So ownership mentality. Wealthy individuals take responsibility for their lives, for their business, if you are going to succeed in real estate, in sales, it's your business. So when you say, I'm a realtor, what it means is that I am the owner of this estate I am marketing. Nobody else. You own it. That's why you're selling it. If you don't believe in it, why are you marketing it? You have to believe it. You have to take it as your own. And you talk from that understanding and mindset, it's easy to convince someone. But the moment you sound apologetic, the moment you sound as though you really do not understand what you're talking about, some individuals will intentionally sweep you off your feet with questions. And once they know that you don't understand it, is a stopover for them. So listen, you've got to own this thing, okay? And whatever, let me say, objections will come. It's natural. Somebody will say no to you. It's natural. If you take it and own that rejection, then you've cut yourself off from opportunities and from progress. You don't own it. It doesn't belong to you. The person is free to ask you any kind of funny question, and the person is free to make any kind of jest. The person is free to say any kind of thing. It is your responsibility to acknowledge what the person has said and then provide the right answer. Put the person through. Show the person and you will make a serious mistake to get angry. You've shot yourself on the leg. Once you show any sign of displeasure, any sign of anger, you've lost the business. You've lost the deal. So you should always feel for the person. Be empathetic in your discussion. So while the person has raised that objection, you feel for the person. You come into the shoe of the person and then recognize that you truly understand the person's situation. But then you provide a superior perspective, a superior argument, a superior response, a superior answer. It makes the person know that you know what you're doing, you know what you're saying. Do not argue. Do not say, "Oh, what you say is not true." No. Don't dispute it or disapprove it. Accept it. It's true. It's true. But then you provide a superior perspective. You make the person see it from another angle. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So next is, in this your journey into making sales in real estate, do you want to just make money sharp in the short time? Or are you in it for the long haul? It will affect your conversation, your approach, and everything else. So in other words, to create wealth in this industry, you need to think long term. You need to think long term. It's not a sprint, just do it and then you run away. It's a marathon. Well, I don't know your motive for coming in. I don't know your intention for coming in. You come in because things are hard and you just want to make money. Or you're coming to build a career. Are you in this industry to build a career? And if it is so, then you need to think long term, because rich people think long term. They come into a system or industry, they are looking at 20 years ahead. They are looking at 30 years ahead. So if you think this way, if somebody says no to you today, will you be discouraged? Never, because you are in it for a long haul. If somebody says anything displeasing, it won't affect you, because you are plotting your game for the long haul. You are not there for a short, to just satisfy your short appetite, right? So understand that you are here for a long time. So whatever sacrifice that you need to make in the short time to guarantee that long-term gains, please do it. Do it. See, people who have this scarcity mindset, they hoard. So when they have, the one they have, they don't want to release, because in their mind, when will I get it again? How do I survive? That's scarcity mindset that cuts people off from wealth creation. So if you are in this game for a long time, now you have some money, okay? And then you have a prospect you are targeting. Be willing to spend. So in other words, you could actually, have you ever taken a client to a restaurant for a lunch? Have you ever called somebody for a lunch? Somebody that is your prospect, and you invite the person for a lunch. No discussion of it. You do not pre-inform the person about, I'm selling land. Just invite the person for a lunch. And then in that lunch, you are conversing and discussing, and after a long while, you let the person know what you are into. Do you think it would have created an impression of you? And then you have formed a bond. That bond, even if the person doesn't have to buy, is going to recommend you, because he has seen you. He has seen you as a giver. He has seen you as someone who is social. But these kind of people who are inside of themselves and just scratching and cringing to what they have, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. You've got to learn to be liberal. The Bible says the liberal soul will be made fat. The liberal soul will grow. That's what it means. The liberal soul will grow fat, will grow big. That's what it means. But if you are, you call it, you meet a client, you meet a prospect, and then maybe you enter vehicle together. You're indirectly waiting for him to pay for you. You just lose the person. So spend, be willing to spend. Okay, somebody who is doing, maybe it's not the person, but maybe it's the child that is doing a birthday, or maybe it's the person you're targeting is doing a birthday. How about if you go buy or make a cake and go present to the person? You've not discussed anything. You're not discussing business. You just present the cake and then you walk away. Maybe you could even call camera person, just cover it and do some shows, and then you walk away. You have made a deposit. And it is foolishness to want to make a withdrawal from where you have not made a deposit. So you've got to always learn to make deposits that you are going to withdraw from in the future. In relationship, in business, it works the same way, right? A lot of people are waiting for what to receive, for what to get from someone, from where they have not made a deposit. If not, I'm on Facebook now, I would have said some things that will say, you don't know, you know somebody. And for a long time, you've not been in conversation with the person or in communication with the person. Only to call one day and ask for money, for help. You have needs. Somebody is in hospital. Somebody is dying, and you're asking for money. And I'm like, do people think you do? So somebody will just pile money and be keeping for somebody from anywhere to call, and then he's going to dole it out. You don't know how to build relationship. If you're going to make a withdrawal, first make a deposit. You can't go to the bank and then go and make withdrawal where you've not deposited before. You build this, you deposit in relationship, you deposit in business relationship. So one day, this person you have done this thing for, if you now come back any day and you're discussing about buying land, do you think the person will pay attention or not? If the person doesn't have, he's going to recommend you. So that's the mistake a lot of people make regarding this whole thing. And so I am teaching you today about how to be, and this whole thing is about you. It's not about anybody else. We are not talking about how to talk to somebody. Anyhow you talk to anybody, talk to that person. If you have built a relationship, the person will listen. If you have made a deposit, you will withdraw. It doesn't matter how you talk. It doesn't matter how, there's no skill about how to approach someone, how to talk. Forget about it. Once you are right, everything else about you will be right. So, so understand also the power of patience. See, patience is a virtue in every life circumstance. Patience is a virtue. So as you're pushing your buttons, be patient, and you're working on it. The day you will cash out, you just cash out, and somebody will think that is a magic. It's something you've been building over time, right? So if somebody says no to you today, it doesn't mean he has rejected you forever. Just find a way around getting it to that person. See, every human being has a need for validation. Why not take advantage of that? Everybody has a need of appreciation. Why not take advantage of that? Everybody has a need of validation, appreciation, praise, gifts. It doesn't matter how much you think the person has, he still has a need. So that gift, no matter how small, is a message that is appreciated, that is loved, that is liked. It's going to open up for you, right? And then where I'm going to be rounding off today is on resilience and adaptability. This is in regard to what I just said about the mindset of wealth creation. Remember, that's what we are talking about. Okay. So we've talked about abundance. You need to think about abundance. You need to come to that awareness that everything is in abundance. Everything you need is there. And number two, we've talked about that ownership mentality. Own the business. Don't look for who to call or who to own it. When you talk with that client, own the business. And then we talked about the long-term game. You need to be in it for a long time so that you have this virtue of patience. You're building for the long haul. You're not in a hurry, and it will make you not to be desperate, right? So next, I want to share with you is you need to be resilient. This game is not for the weak-hearted. Do you want me to tell you the truth? Making money is not easy. To be wealthy is not easy. If it is easy, everybody will. Everybody will. The reason why there are more poor people than wealthy people is because it's not an easy game. All right? So if you're coming into this game, you just know that I need to be resilient. I need to go all out, and I will not give up. I will not surrender. I will not back down. I will not back out. I will be in this game until I succeed. And all I want is success. So it's either I succeed or I succeed. All right? So you are not going to take failure to be fatal. You're not going to take failure to be final. Failure, you will just say, oh, wow, thank you for making me stronger. Thank you for making me to push harder. Thank you for making me know that I just need to get some things right that I've not gotten right. Because failure is a feedback from the future to us. So anytime you fail, it just gives you a feedback of what you need to do and do right. So it's not something to make you to shrink and go back and then go and relax. No, you just take that feedback and push again, move again. So wealth is often built through trial, through error, through mistakes. It doesn't matter. What is important is that I am in this game to succeed. Once you convince yourself, everything will start aligning to make that reality a possibility on your outside. Whatever you want to attract is possible. The amount of money you want to make is possible. It's possible. But do you believe it's possible? Or when life tests that resolve, do you back out? Because life will test that resolve. Oh, I'm going to be rich. Oh, I'm going to make money. In this game, I will succeed. Life is going to test that your resolve. And when life tests you, what do? Do you surrender? Or do you show that you truly want what you say you want? So, if you say you truly want it, then you need to be strong. Because making money is for the strong, not for the weak. There are too many, and if you want to be weak, that's all right. There are too many weak people out there who are poor, looking for who to borrow from, looking for who urgent 2K to ask for urgent 2K. There is somebody, every time he sends me message, I just know what next. Hi or good morning, sir. I know what next. Because he's been consistent with that lifestyle. And amazing thing is, such kind of people, when you even oblige them, they don't come back to say thank you. They will remember you when they need you. There are too many people like that. And there are weak people like that. But do you want to be among them? Is that what you want for your life? You know, Jesus said there will always be poor people among you. That's all right. There's no argument. But do you want to be the poor among us? I don't want to be the poor among you. I want to be the one. So, my friend, be resilient. Be strong. Right? Be strong. Push. Push. And let me tell you, it gets harder as you start. But as you move, it will get easier. The moment you break that jinx and get to a certain level, you discover that the money game becomes easier. So the hardest money to make is your first million. Another hardest money to make is your first billion. I'm telling you, once you break that jinx, it becomes easy. So what is fighting you is like a plane that wants to take off. So as it taxis and then runs with speed to take off, it requires a lot of energy, a lot of muscles to take off. So when it takes off, it's going to struggle with the wind, it's going to struggle with the gravity, it's going to struggle with everything. But once it breaks it and stabilizes, acceleration becomes easy, smooth, and fast. So why you're struggling now is just because maybe some of you are still taxiing, some of you are taking off, but you're still struggling with the wind. You're moving against the current that is trying to hold you back, and you're moving against the gravity that is trying to pull you back. Don't worry, that's part of the process. Just keep moving, just keep pushing. The moment you break to a certain level of stability, life becomes easy. You will access anybody. You will access any money. That thing you've been pursuing will just start pursuing you because you've got it to a certain level of life. So don't worry, just push. Now, I want you to understand this, that if you fly and you're coming into a city, right? And you see that maybe you're coming in the evening, you see traffic. You see people who are held in traffic. Now, from the vantage point that you're seeing that traffic, you see at what point that traffic jam ends, and you see that the road is free in front. But people who are trapped in that traffic, they are not seeing what you're seeing. You're seeing it because you're just landing, and you're seeing it from that high vantage point. So when your plane eventually lands, and then you enter vehicle and moves and joins that traffic, you are not going to join it with everybody else on that queue, on that traffic, because you know that at this point, the road is free. So you're going to join that traffic knowing that, oh, it's just a matter of time and I'll be out of here. But some others who have not seen what you have seen from that high point will just be discouraged, frustrated, angry, and all of that. But you get into that traffic and moving with patience, because you know that in a little while, you'll be out. There's a place where that traffic ends. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So you've got to look at life from that vantage point. All right? Don't join the queue. Don't be like everybody else. Look at it from that point and push, knowing that it's just a little while, you break even. And once you do that, you join the clique that makes life easy, right? Yeah. I don't know how much this has blessed you today, but I think this has blessed me too. It has blessed me speaking. So if you have not shared, if you're just joining us, click the share button right now, all right? And click the like button. Like this page, all right? Share the video, and then we want to hear from you. On the comment section, if you have any question, this is the time. Please ask your question, and we are going to respond to you. Right? Ask any question, whatever it is regarding what we've discussed, even outside what we have discussed. We are here to help you. And listen, we are going to make this thing consistently every Monday, same time every Monday. Call your friends, call your team, call your family members, and let's learn and grow together. Because the money you want to make is hidden in your learning, is hidden in your knowledge. The more you know, the more you unlock life and unlock wealth. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate all of you for joining us, and I believe this has helped us, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next Monday. Every Monday we'll be here, right? Thank you so much.